Okay, welcome back everyone to Heart for the Community on heartforradio.com. We are broadcasting live from RMC Studios in Los Angeles, California on the Punch It Radio Network. And just so everyone knows, so the playlist came from my workout playlist. Right. So I'm like, what song should I pick? I should pick the ones that I get me going and working out. So Eliza, before we went on break, we were kind of talking about some of the impacts of childhood obesity and the health effects that occur. I was wondering if you could maybe share some of those with our listeners.
Sure. The unfortunate part of what's happening with obesity today is that the diseases of adulthood are now becoming diseases of childhood. Things like high cholesterol, high blood pressure. These are things that you reserve for much older adults, right? High blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, certainly social and psychological problems, poor self-esteem. We've seen folks with, developing risks of heart disease, and certainly being an overweight child vastly increase the risk of becoming an overweight adult. You see the same diseases there, along with stroke and several types of cancer. So lots of really, really high-level disease that's happening for kids these days.
One of the statistics said that 1/3 of all children born in 2000 and later suffer from diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, cancer, asthma, and that's a horrible statistic. I don't remember growing up, having a friend, say, "Oh, I have high blood pressure." I don't remember that, but I also don't remember, seeing a lot of fruit though on our plates at school. We all live for that.
Still ain't gonna see. You still ain't
yeah,
gonna see
we all live for that peanut butter surprise. Probably was not made of peanut butter.
And not only that, here's another thing that's a big factor dealing with childhood obesity is kids love fast food, and fast food is not like it used to be.
Right.
It's so many chemicals, and I mean, when you got chickens that look like Thanksgiving turkeys, and they giving out a bucket of them, it's like,
or square tomatoes.
Something ain't right with that picture. You see what I mean? Yeah, exactly. And so kids don't have time to be, to pick out discernment. They don't have time to eat smart. They eat fast.
Right.
They eat convenient.
They eat very fast, and they eat convenient. If it's there, they eat it.
Right.
So that's something that the parents should keep in mind. If it's there, they will eat it.
Right.
You can't eat what's not there.
Right.
If you can, if you give yourself a start and you say, listen, for 30 days, I'm gonna take out all the bad food and I'm gonna put all good food in the refrigerator for 30 days. Hey, give it a 30-day trial. If they like it, they like it. And you keep going, you keep going. Or if that's not the case, just put a few bad things back in there. You know what I mean? And they have to adapt. They have to go back and forth, because then they'll start saying, well, listen, it's only a few bad things and it's a lot of good things.
Right. So
they got to balance it out. They ain't going to hurry up and eat all the bad stuff.
Right.
And for some parents out there, I'm sure they're saying, well, I have tried that. I put good things in the refrigerator and my kids will not eat it. Well, then you know what? The next thing I say is what my mama used to always tell me. If they don't eat it, eventually they'll get hungry enough and they will eat it.
Bottom line. And if that don't work, you got to do like my grandmother used to say, you hungry? Go to sleep.
I wasn't expecting that.
But it's interestingly enough, if you there are some studies that even talk about weight and sleep and how your body doesn't process information and process different things. And so again, with kids staying up later, with TV, with the phones, and I know
video games.
Yeah, even the study on the cell phone, kids sleep with the cell phone near their bed, and so they'll get text messages at 2:00 in the morning, which interrupts their sleep. And so all of that also affects the body as well. And I think that there's some other things are, inner city kids versus kids that aren't inner city, because one of the things that you see with the McDonald's and some of the different fast food places are more prevalent in inner city areas. And so is that a factor? Are we seeing that statistically being more true where in lower socioeconomic communities that there is a larger issue of obesity, or is that not really a factor?
Yes, I mean, it absolutely is a factor. There's a direct correlation there between a lower socioeconomic status and a higher percentage of obesity, and part of that is due to fast food. One of the misnomers is that to eat healthy, it is quite a bit more expensive, right? So it is, for someone who doesn't know any better, it is much cheaper to go through fast food drive-thru and get a 99-cent whatever it is, versus the thought of going to the store and grabbing a chicken breast and a bag of frozen broccoli and some rice or whatever. It feels much cheaper. However, the problem is the content of that fast food, right? How quickly the fast food is absorbed through your body and into the bloodstream and utilized as sugar and stored as fat, et cetera, et cetera. How quickly that goes through you, your son or daughter is hungry again, much quicker, much sooner than they would be if you fed them nutritional food. Therefore, you end up spending as much or more money because they need to eat again, right? So that bag of potato chips or the thing of French fries, sure, you can supersize French fries and get way more than you need for $1 something, but your child will be hungrier much sooner than if you would spend somewhat extra to provide something that will stay with them longer. And that's hard because that's a nutrition lesson that needs to be learned. That's false information that's being provided and good information that's not out there. And especially in the lower socioeconomic status, we have a problem with a lack of good information being provided, so people can make better and healthier choices.
Absolutely. When I do get to watch TV, there's certain things that I like to watch. Hopefully they're educational for me. But I watched one season of The Biggest Loser with Jillian Michaels, and she did this exercise with one of the teams. And what she did was she laid out like different fast foods on this counter, like McDonald's, Taco Bell, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and it was all the things that this team said that they would eat, on a daily or weekly basis. And she asked them what they thought the calorie count of each of those items were. And I was so shocked to hear that, like, one, burrito from, Taco Bell, and no disrespect to Taco Bell, but, one burrito was like either the entire calorie count for that person for that day or really close to it. So in one meal, one sitting, you've already hit your mark for the day.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And you even see that on the calorie menus of going out to eat in restaurants and things like that. And one of the research, some of the studies that I had read was that when people eat like low-calorie foods or different things like that, they actually supplement it with a high-fat food. So kind of like what Stephanie was saying, they'll reward themselves. So they may eat a lightweight lunch or meal, but then they turn around and then they'll eat a heavy, a dessert or something like that. And so they actually end up eating or gaining more calories because psychologically they believe that they save calories otherwise. And I know I switch my calories out as well, but that's kind of what the thought process is. So there's another thing that I read is about, calories in, calories out. I know they did a while back the Super Size Me where the guy gained like so many pounds by eating McDonald's every day. And then another professor kind of did a similar thing, but he actually lost weight. And what they were saying in that particular study was that it was really based on calories in, calories out. So if you were going to eat the McDonald's or what have you, then you needed to exercise so that it would offset that. How does that affect childhood obesity and the solutions that we look to offset this?
Who is that directed toward?
Either or. I mean, is it just a matter of exercising? Is it just a matter of counteracting what you take in?
Damega, do you want to go first?
Well, my solution is simple: alkaline water.
Okay.
Alkaline water, bottom line. That's just the absolute.
That's what we talked about last week.
Yeah, well, tell us about alkaline water. I've met us.
Oh, alkaline water is just a beautiful thing. It basically replenishes your whole body. What happens is your body is 80% alkaline and 20% acid. And the more you cook your food, the more acidic it becomes.
Okay.
So you have a lot of people. You have to understand that it's a wonder how we live so long with all the dead carcasses and things like that we put inside of our bodies. Our bodies was not designed to eat flesh. I mean, we eat it, but it just wasn't designed for that, because if it was, we would have fangs. And we don't. We have flat teeth, and they're designed to eat leafy foods and fruits, things that are soft. So if you're biting into something that's tough, you know. But anyway, I take it even a step further. When you're giving this to your kids, you don't give them an animal that walks on 4 legs. I mean, they walk on 2. So if the animal is heavy enough to where it needs 4 legs, just imagine how heavy it'll make you. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but
That's kind of like a
Did a good job. Yeah. See, he's catching on really quickly, right?
But the bottom line is, if you drink alkaline water, it offsets everything in your body, because now you can eat as much cooked food as you want. You don't have to worry about your equilibrium being off, your balance. What it does, it's a good thing for your joints, your muscles to be really not so in pain. And that gives another reason for you to work out. A lot of people don't work out because they're scared of pain. And so far as the thing about the food, it may be a little more expensive to eat healthier, but it's not as expensive as a funeral.
Yeah.
Or the doctor's office, or the prescription that you're going
Right.
to get for the high blood pressure, or all of that stuff. Yeah.
And you got to pay. You have to pay for all of that. You have
Right.
to.
Someplace, yeah.
Yeah, you have to pay for all of that. So let's make sure that we vote for Obama so we can keep that Obamacare.
That's a whole different discussion. That's a whole different discussion, right? We'll have to take that one offline. We'll have to box a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Eliza.
Yeah.
We didn't attempt to go and make it political.
Oh, my fault, Eliza. I'm sorry. It's all
Those are some
good.
fighting words. I don't know.
We are neutral.
Yeah, I'm not an Obama fan here, so.
It's okay. I do think, however, that, when we talk about calories in, calories out, certainly there's some truth to that, but we're also missing one of the larger problems, which is it's not as simple as just knowing and then doing, right?
Right.
People know that going through a drive-through and ordering Kentucky Fried Chicken is not as healthy as eating something else. People know that they should probably get off the couch and move more, but they don't, right? So it's yes, there is a lack of information out there, true, but even more than that, we need to focus on the change of behavior. So, for instance, one of the things that, one of the most important things, in fact, the best predictor of long-term successful outcomes in any weight loss program, it doesn't matter whether you're talking the Wellspring program or the South Beach diet or Weight Watchers or Zone or whatever it is, the first thing they tell you to do is to write it down. They want you to be accountable, right? You need to be accountable for what's going in your body, how much is going in your body, and accepting the responsibility of knowing what that is. That's the very first step, because when you're talking calories in, calories out, there is some truth to it. But if you think about it, rationally, 1,200 calories of chocolate cake is not the same type of nutrients that you're getting from 1,200 calories of a balanced meal. Right. Nor will it sustain you or keep you or give you the energy you need in the same way, right? And so it's a little bit more than just calories in, calories out. It's what type of calories you're putting in. And it also depends on your body and your biology, which unless you're going through extensive medical testing that none of us have time and the money for, right? You don't know exactly how many calories your body needs to put in versus exactly how many calories are being expended, right? It's a guess.
It's a guess, and then you have to go by